Shreya Dhondial. Hello everyone, good evening, I'm Shreya Dhondial. As we speak, worrying reports supported by satellite imagery are coming in of China building a second dual-use village near Arunachal Pradesh. A dual-use village essentially is a civilian settlement which can also be used as a military base whenever required. Now, this 60-house village is approximately 93 kilometers away from the first enclave that came up this year in an area, again in Arunachal Pradesh, that China has illegally occupied, according to the MEA. The news is coming 24 hours after satellite images showed that 4 similar villages have come up inside Bhutanese territory near Doklam, the site of the 2017 India-China standoff. In a year that the world fought the coronavirus unleashed by China, China had begun a war with its neighbors, which it is hell-bent on escalating. As expected, the WMCC border talks between India and China today saw no forward movement, which means the 18-month-long standoff in eastern Ladakh will see many more winters pass. China settling people and villages in disputed border regions is its way of legitimizing its claim and keeping the pressure on India, both in Doklam and in Arunachal Pradesh. And they are doing it at breakneck speed, supported by a newly passed law. How does India respond to these provocations? Are we doing enough to stop it, given that China is showing absolutely no intentions of stopping till it builds those 628 dual-use villages along its frontier with India and Bhutan? That is your debrief this evening. Let's start with Doklam.
And after Mahoba, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Jhansi, where he is going to dedicate to the nation multiple initiatives of the defense sector at the Rashtra Raksha Samarpan Parv in Jhansi. He will also lay the foundation stone of a 600-watt ultra-mega solar power park and inaugurate the Atal Ekta Park. Along with that, he will hand over indigenously built defense equipment to the armed forces and lay the foundation stone of a 400 crore project at Jhansi node of UP Defence Industrial Corridor. Shreya Dhondial, our defense editor, with us. So the Prime Minister present there. Take us through all that he is going to commit to the nation.
Stunning shots, aren't they, Anand?
Yes.
The Jhansi fort, and on the best possible day of the year. Today is the 193rd birth anniversary of the warrior queen, Jhansi ki Rani, and that's why the Prime Minister is here,
yeah.
Rani Lakshmi Bai. And I've never seen the fort, by the way, look so beautiful as it does today. The Prime Minister there arriving on the ramparts of the Jhansi fort. As you rightly mentioned, a slew of defense projects will either be inaugurated or dedicated to the nation. I have a list there, but just quickly to walk us through the visuals we are seeing on screens right now. The 3 service chiefs and the CDS of the country accompanying the Prime Minister, and this is the Prime Minister's guard of honor that we are seeing on at the Jhansi fort. Just quickly let's quickly listen in to what's happening there before we talk
Can we
over.
listen?
Yeah.
There, the evening light, the ceremony there with the bugle, and now Prime Minister making his way. There is also drone technology that's going to be committed, isn't it? That's big.
That's big, but possibly the biggest and the most glamorous of all the technologies, Anand, that will be committed to the nation today is India's very own Hellbirds. And these are Swadeshi Hellbirds. What are these? This is the first Swadeshi light helicopter that the Hindustan Aeronautical Limited has developed and made for the Indian Air Force right now. Today it will be handed over to the Air Chief, but also subsequently to the Indian Army. Now, this is the only attack helicopter, Anand, in the world that can take off and land at an altitude of 16,000 plus feet, which
Wow.
means bahut kam aayega Ladakh mein.
Yeah, absolutely. Pangong Tso and those regions, Galwan. Yeah.
And at those heights, for any helicopter to carry loads is very tough, right? For any aircraft to carry load is very tough. This one can carry load, which means it can carry weapons and fuel at that height, 16,000 feet. This is, of course, going to be a big muscle act for the forces in high altitude areas as we face off China on those treacherous heights of eastern Ladakh. Temperatures right now in some places dipping to -15, -20. The Raksha Mantri was there yesterday in Razangla, -20 degrees. And needless to say, the Hellbird will be deployed at the LAC along with the American-made Apache. So as we see these pictures coming in, that set of inaugurations is already happening. A slew of defense initiatives being inaugurated today, and all of them, the common thread, all of them, all made in India.
Made in
Essentially keeping up with the vision of Prime Minister Modi for India to become self-reliant in the field of defense. And that is required, Anand, isn't it? Given the
True.
fact that we occupy the second position as far as the world's biggest arms importers are concerned.
And that dependence had to be reduced. More importantly, even the drone tech is all indigenously built drones. So the Hellbirds are indigenous, the drone technology is indigenous, and now there is also a felicitation which is happening with the NCC.
An interesting thing on the NCC happening today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if you remember, was part of the NCC. So today, what he does is open up the NCC Alumni Association. So this is for the first time that an NCC Alumni Association is being formed. And Prime Minister Modi will be paying 100 rupees today to become the first member of that association. So what you see on screens is something that is happening as well.
This is a memorial commemorating Rani Lakshmi Bai, like you said, her 193rd anniversary. And amidst fanfare, the Air Force, the Navy, the services there, the band, and now he's making his way to that. Is he going to address the gathering? It looks like he's making his move out from the fort.
So it wasn't scheduled, but there is another venue that the Prime Minister will go to. And if the Prime Minister is there, and the armed forces have been fairly excited for this day, so my own sense is when he reaches the venue of the event, I do feel that he will address the armed forces who are gathered there. You have spoken about drones and UAVs.
Yeah.
They are often called the future of warfare. And we've seen that, in the recent wars that have been conducted around the world. They've tilted the war in favor of those who have used UAVs and drones. So the Prime Minister today will be handing over a bunch of them made by India's startup to the army. So the army chief is there, and all the drones and UAVs that will be handed today will be. So the technology has been developed possibly by the DRDO, but the technology has been given to startups, and they are the ones who actually made
building these drones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So surveillance and armed drones are part of the wish list of defense forces that plan to purchase them from Indian industry. We do know now that there is a negative import list, which means India has decided there are 101 items in that negative import list. Essentially, these are the items, bhai, that you need to make in India. You need to collaborate with local industry and make them here in India. You don't need to import them. So that is a negative import list that is already in, and my sense is that will be expanded as well. Well, there's something for the Navy as well, as we see these stunning pictures coming.
Yes, and the Prime Minister is just making his way out of the ramparts and is the next event or the area of the function somewhere nearby?
It is
just a short drive.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a short drive, and so you will see that there's a stage there, and everyone's gathered there. So we'll see him there in just a bit.
What's in it for the Navy?
What's in it for the Navy? The Navy, yes. There was something for the Navy as well. This is called the Advanced Electronic Warfare System. It's called the Shakti. And it has been designed and developed again by the DRDO. Shakti is mounted on warships. It has the ability to intercept, identify, and jam conventional and modern radars, Anand. So essentially, you can think of it as an electronic layer of defense against modern radars and anti-ship missiles in the maritime battlefield. And we know that is becoming very important given how aggressive China has been, not just in the South China Sea, but in the Indo-Pacific as well, where we are seeing fresh alliances come in. Now, the system, interestingly, will also be embraced by our indigenous aircraft carrier, the mighty Vikrant, currently undergoing sea trials. Now, Anand, as we see these pictures, and what stunning pictures these are of the Prime Minister's cavalcade.
We've got
drive
Pranshu
out
Mishra
of-
on the phone line. I'm
Yeah.
going to check if he can also get Group Captain MJ Vinod on the phone, because on drone and the Hellbirds, he will have a lot to share. He was he was looking forward to this moment when it will actually be committed to the armed forces. But Pranshu, Jhansi getting a lot of initiatives, infrastructure-wise, and also there is going to be a power project which is also going to be now committed.
Well, and we can say, from the land of Jhansi, from the land of Rani Jhansi, it's the entire Bundelkhand region which is getting some mega soups and a larger vision for entire Bundelkhand. So Jhansi is that launch pad. We saw Prime Minister earlier in Mahoba, and from Jhansi's launch pad, we are going to see a mega push as far as this defense corridor in Bundelkhand is concerned. Prime Minister gave you a very brief, statement about what it means to have this defense corridor in Bundelkhand, and he said, this problem of migration of workforce, that would be resolved to a large extent once these industries, basically defense industries, start production here in Bundelkhand. Then the second major point is that of the Bundelkhand Expressway, which will clearly be, a major link not only for the industry but also for all the tourists from the country and beyond who want to visit this land of Bundela, the land of Rani Ki Jhansi, the land of valor and rich culture. That's also what is on the agenda of the Prime Minister. And third, of course, is making Jhansi or Bundelkhand a hub of clean energy generation, and therefore a 600 megawatt of solar power plant that will be the foundation stone would be laid. So we can clearly say that, that at the moment these pictures where Prime Minister has unveiled this new sculpture of dedicated to memory of Rani Jhansi, this 5-foot-tall sculpture at the Jhansi Fort. But the larger significance is that, on this day, he is giving a larger things to cherish to the entire region of Bundelkhand.
Well, Pranshu, stay on with us. We've also have Group Captain MJ Vinod with us on the phone line. A proud moment, Captain Vinod. Hellbirds, indigenously made, 16,000 feet, they can fly. And also the drones, all indigenous.
Absolutely proud moment. Anand, how excited I get, when I see Indian-made stuff, ruling the roost. In fact, I was on another channel the other day, I was saying the same thing. That, I didn't imagine in my lifetime I will see that we getting indigenous so fast and so big in number. Maybe before I, go down below the earth, we would see India becoming one big export giant in the military technology, both in the hardware as in the software. And the software we already are there, and including the civilian sector. And I hope that day is not far, and I hope to live to cherish that day for a long, long time. So it's beautiful, Anand. I mean, I was extremely elated. In fact, I was in, I was all Shumalsi, as they say in English, thoda aankh nam ho gayi meri. मैं बोला यार देखो मेरी जिंदगी में मैं देख पाया है. And when I was young, Anand, I used to, always wonder ये Firangi dependence हमारी कब जाएगी और कब तक हम ऐसे हाथ फैलाए खड़े रहेंगे कि भाई ये टेक्नोलॉजी दे दो, वो टेक्नोलॉजी दे दो और हम पे सैंक्शन लगाया जा रहा है. So these things are things of the past. Now nobody can think of even applying sanctions on us. Can you believe we went through that sanction era, and in the long run it came as a blessing in disguise for us. LCA is today where it is, the fly-by-wire is where it is because of that sanction. So yes, we are going to rule the roost, we are going to rule the skies, we are going to rule the surface and the subsurface. Superb news.
True, but it's not just research, but it's also capability. Shreya Dhondial is with me, and she said 101 list of items which are there in the negative import list. So that will also take off a huge burden from the exchequer, because we are second largest importer of arms and ammunition. And you said that we are always perennially worried about being on the sanctions list and not being able to procure weapons to secure ourselves. And there is this entire thrust on the defense industrial corridor, be it in Lucknow and also now in this Bundelkhand region, which is also big, Captain Vinod.
Absolutely. In fact, I have traveled that area, Anand, by road from Gwalior to Bundelkhand. Raja Chhatrasal declared independence in the year of 1720 at the age of 22. Can you believe it? And nobody knows Raja Chhatrasal. And Bundelkhand is, core area where all the Veers and Viranganas came from. That is one, but that is not important. What is important is the weather that surrounds Bundelkhand area is ideal, and it is devoid of any kind of air interference, which means you can do high altitude testing of drones, high altitude testing of many equipment.
Yes.
It doesn't rain very much, so unlike Bangalore, which is high altitude, also meaning it is 3,000 feet to start with. And issues of rains and stuff is there. Bundelkhand is an ideal area to carry out any kind of testing and stuff like that. And,
so you're saying that there is also some strategic thinking involved in choosing the locations for these corridors. Group Captain Vinod, please stay with us on the phone. We've got great visuals coming through. The evening light just making it, adding a certain amount of additional charm to this entire function, this program, where Rajnath Singh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath are already there on the stage. And if one of them speaks, and as we cut to those proceedings, Shreya had an interesting input to add. Governor Anandiben Patel also present there. Yes, Shreya.
One of the first projects that will be inaugurated today, you have already spoken about the two defense corridors. And one is, of course, Uttar Pradesh. One of the nodes is Jhansi. And in Jhansi, the first big investment is 400 crore rupees. And it is coming by way of Bharat Dynamics Limited that will be making propulsions for the anti-tank guided missile. So the DPSU has made a 400 crore rupee investment for the facility in Jhansi. Wow. And that is what is going to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi today. So that is something that will happen in a short while from now. Otherwise, the official ceremony currently underway. You have the Raksha Mantri who's on stage. You have Yogi Adityanath, the defense corridor. One of the reasons why it got to Uttar Pradesh, of course, is because it is one of the largest states in the country, but also because it was the personal initiative of Yogi Adityanath. So there, Rani Lakshmi Bai's statue, I think it's a brass statue, being handed over by Yogi Adityanath to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is the Raksha Samarpan Parv that is currently underway. It's a 3-day festival, by the way, and a lot of things are happening. A lot of events are happening there in Jhansi. Currently, I think everyone expecting first the Yogi Adityanath.
Let's just try and go down on ground and see what's happening in the proceedings. Let's just dip into the ambient sound from there.
एक निर्णायक कदम उठाने जा रहे हैं। निश्चय है कि आने वाला भविष्य यशस्वी होगा। आज ये हमारे लिए बेहद गर्व का विषय है कि हमारे बीच भारत के प्रथम और वर्तमान चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ जनरल बिपिन रावत, पीवीएसएम, यूआईएसएम, एवीएसएम, वाईएसएम, एसएम, वीएसएम, एडीसी मौजूद हैं। पूरी विनम्रता के साथ आप जैसे सक्षम और कुशल सर्वोच्च सैन्य अधिकारी से मैं निवेदन करूंगी कि आप स्वागत भाषण दें। सम्माननीय जनरल बिपिन रावत जी।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, माननीय रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह जी, महामहिम राज्यपाल श्रीमती आनंदीबेन पाटिल, मुख्यमंत्री श्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, रक्षा राज्य मंत्री श्री अजय भट्ट जी, श्री भानु प्रताप सिंह वर्मा, मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट एमएसएमई श्री अनुराग शर्मा, सांसद झांसी, नौसेना अध्यक्ष एडमिरल करमवीर सिंह, वायुसेना अध्यक्ष एयर चीफ मार्शल चौधरी, रक्षा सचिव डॉक्टर अजय कुमार, उप सेना अध्यक्ष लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल मोहंती, अन्य वरिष्ठ अधिकारी, जनप्रतिनिधि, देवियों और सज्जनों, मीडिया कर्मी, शुभ संध्या। भारतवर्ष की बुंदेलखंड की इस भूमि पर झांसी की रानी लक्ष्मीबाई ने विशेष पहचान दिलाई है। उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार के सहयोग के साथ रक्षा मंत्रालय ने रानी के अदम्य साहस और वीरता को नमन करते हुए बुंदेलों का ही नहीं बल्कि समस्त देशवासियों में एकता और अखंडता की भावना उजागर कर दी है। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री द्वारा हर देशवासी और स्वतंत्रता सेनानी जिन्होंने देश को स्वतंत्रता दिलाने में देश सर्वप्रथम के अटल इरादों से अपना जीवन देश को समर्पित कर दिया, उन सभी को सम्मानित करने की पहल बहुत ही सराहनीय है। रानी की गाथाओं का वर्णन समय मांगता है, लेकिन सुभद्रा कुमारी चौहान की कुछ पंक्तियों में मैं वर्णन करना चाहूंगा। बुंदेले हरबोलों के मुख हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी की रानी थी, वो तो झांसी की रानी थी। अपने घोड़े पर सवार दारो दांतों बीच लगाम संभाले, तलवार से वार करते अंग्रेजों पर लगातार वार करते हुए साहस और बलिदान का अचंभित करने वाला नजारा इतिहास के पन्नों में रचा है। पीठ पर बंधे उनका नन्हा पुत्र दामोदर रानी की वीरता, साहस और बलिदान को इतिहास के पन्नों में समाता देखता रह गया। महारानी की प्रेरणा से नारी शक्ति का साहस आज की नारी में प्रतीक हो रहा है। आज का ऐतिहासिक पर्व देश सर्वप्रथम यानी नेशन फर्स्ट और तिरंगा का सम्मान करना हम सभी को महत्वपूर्ण संदेश देता है। आगे की प्रक्रिया इस दिवस की महत्ता आप सभी को याद दिलाएगी। जय हिंद।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जनरल रावत आपके प्रेरणात्मक संबोधन के लिए। देवी और सज्जनों, अब आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत है एक फिल्म जो आईना है देश में एनसीसी की बहुमूल्य भूमिका और सैनिक स्कूलों में हाल ही में शुरू हुए बालिकाओं के प्रवेश से संबंधित माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की अतुलनीय परिकल्पना का। तो आइए देखते हैं मोदी जी की इस बेमिसाल सोच पर आधारित इस फिल्म को।
सैनिक स्कूल भारतीय सेना और देश के शौर्य